Luckily, not a guy in.
Okay, everybody, shut up. We're gonna start. Welcome to the Box Podcast. Let's introduce ourselves. My name's Carson.
Rachael.
Sean.
DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Also
Isaiah.
known as Isaiah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's Isaiah. I'm Thomas.
And I'm Alex, everybody's favorite.
Alright, so we're gonna do like a bigger one. Last time we only had 4. I thought it was okay. But
We have more friends.
have
That's why
6.
we had more in it right
friends.
now.
We don't. We hired
Statement.
these people. They're fake.
so we're gonna try 6, see how it goes. I mean, it might take the pressure off me and Isaiah to pull everybody else's away.
Yeah, to carry.
I mean, I feel
carry
like you guys
all
were
of
just kind of
y'all.
loudmouth that entire time. You won't
Yeah.
let us talk.
Mhm.
It's pretty
We kind
rude.
of were.
I'm
Yeah.
background noise. It's chill.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
So track was fine.
Yeah, I probably ran the worst races I think I've done all season.
So it was less than fine in all reality.
That isn't fine.
I think I was dehydrated or something because I was like, that was just a bad
It's always
race.
dehydrated, isn't it?
That's
Like
why we-
anytime
Did
you
you
don't
throw
perform
up?
well, it's
No,
like,
I
man, I had a
did.
rotten day. Why?
You threw
It's
up.
not
No,
dehydrated.
I didn't.
Poor Isaac.
Yeah, so this guy in my heat, right, I'm like, hey, what's your PR? And he's like, oh, you know, this is like a 50.1. I mean, you gotta start somewhere, right? And like, that's the time the guy who got second place at state ran.
Oh.
And I'm like, gotta start somewhere, huh?
Gotta start somewhere, preferably the top.
And he was 100% serious, too. I was like, Jesus
That's where you
Christ.
want to start.
See, this is why we call you a raisin, though. You're so dehydrated.
Yeah.
Dehydrated.
I forgot my water bottle, that's why I was dehydrated.
Why you go?
Never
You
is
went to Salt Lake without
No,
a water
I went to,
bottle?
like, Pocatello, Idaho without a water bottle.
Oh.
There's a difference.
Did you get a tattoo?
That was
Little
a-
tramp
Okay,
stamp.
wait. That wasn't specific enough. Did you get a tattoo of a potato?
No, I did not.
Where would you even
Damn.
put that?
On your knee?
That's the worst place
Or
to
your
do
elbow.
anything.
No,
Or
in
your
your
elbow.
armpit. In your armpit.
Ooh.
One of my
That
friends
was
just
such
got
a
a
good
tattoo
tattoo.
for her
It does
18th birthday, and now I
You
like
have one?
really want one.
Not in my armpit.
See, I'm just afraid of how the
Garbage.
tattoo would age. Do you know what I mean? People
Well,
get
not
tattoos.
Not like a big one, you know, just like kind of like, I don't know.
See, that's the danger of tramp stamps. You get to like
Not a
60,
tramp stamp.
like the tattoo you got, like if you got like an orange or something that's looking all crushed and rotten because you're sagging old person's skin.
No, she just got the date she was adopted on her arm, and I think it was.
That's
really-
kind of cool.
Yeah,
that was really
right.
cool.
I want a tattoo. I've told you guys about my tattoo that I want, but I'll tell whoever's listening.
Did you?
Brony.
Did I?
I don't think you have. I think it
I
was...
swear I have.
I want to get like
I
a
wasn't listening.
horse.
Big ol' rainbow.
I want to get a horse right here on my chest.
Because of your grandma or something?
Yeah,
right?
my grandma really loves horses, and I want it like here. I want like a full horse, not just like the neck and like the head, but I want it like on my left upper, like on my left.
I saw some.
Yeah, what is this called?
Pectoral.
Pectoral, whatever.
I hate the word
On my-
peck. I don't know why.
On my left boobie.
I just say the whole word.
You're a peck.
Josh Peck.
But I want it kind of like styled like, kind of like calligraphy. You know how it's like the like Japanese would like paint.
Yeah,
Very
like-
kind of
like black
strokes.
watercolor. That's kind of what I want.
Mhm.
that's cool.
I want I think astrology and signs like that are really cool. So I kind of want the Scorpio symbol right here above my like left hip.
Is that your sign?
Yeah, I'm a Scorpio. And I always just thought it was really cool because they have like their own body parts that they're aligned to.
Are you a Scorpio or were you a Scorpio? No, you're something different.
No, I'm a Scorpio. That's not real. It didn't
It's
happen.
bullshit.
Rachel, you have
None of it's real. It's just.
No, the change isn't real. Ophidius or whatever it is an official sign. They
What
they
makes
tried
one
to
official?
What?
Like, who's the
It's-
supreme leader that's like, yeah, that one's legit?
There's a
Pagans.
department of astrology, I think, and like
Mm.
sign reading.
I see. Okay. So you just
Because
are what
that's-
you were.
Yeah, our tax
'Cause it-
dollars goes to.
They just
Yeah.
didn't want to deal with
I
like,
don't think
the
it
whole
is like
thing.
like
Yeah.
It's like, let's
It's just a bunch
forget
of
about
pagan
it.
heathens.
See, I don't care either way. Like, all of it's bogus to me. But whatever.
Rachel, you have tattoos.
Yeah, I do. I have 2.
Would you like to explain what they look like?
Sure.
In vivid detail, please.
As you guys can see, Rachel's tattoo here.
Yeah, clearly. On my ribs, on my right side, I have the constellation Cassiopeia, which pretty much looks like a stretched out W, but it's in UV ink, so it's kind of hard to see.
Oh yeah, the
Glow in
glow in
the
the dark
dark.
one.
So
That's
cool.
so
Glow
cool.
in the dark
It's
tattoo.
And then my
pretty
entire
legit.
left thigh is a phoenix, and I still have to get the background done, so
Your entire left thigh.
my entire left thigh.
Why is it a phoenix?
Rise from the ashes, kind of
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah. white girl.
What'd you rise from?
The ashes.
Duh.
Deep.
So are you worried about how it's going to look when you're 60? Is that a real concern for you when you're 60?
That's it will
No.
look cool.
No, I know that because Isaiah brought that up, how like, oh,
I'm
it
telling you,
looks worse.
tattoos get worse, man.
But I know, I
You
can't
get 'em
remember if it was
when
a
you're young.
comedian or something, but he was like, but when you're 60, you're not worried too much about how you look. You're not gonna look good anyways. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like you're not gonna be like, oh man, my tattoo, much like the rest
I
of
don't
me,
know.
isn't
A
looking
lot of
right
people get
anymore.
some ratchet plastic surgery and they care
Yeah.
too much.
I
So
don't know.
I
A
don't
lot of
think
old
that's
people
the
wear
truth.
long sleeves, so.
Instead of like stretching
Yeah,
its
true.
wings, it'll look like it's like flapping.
Yeah.
My Philip, my stepdad has a couple
My
tattoos.
Philip.
Philip.
Your Philip.
My Philip, he has some tattoos.
See,
he,
my
has a, he
Philip
has a
is
bird right
clean.
here. He has like an eagle, and then he has like some tribal stuff right here.
I saw.
And then and then my mom and him have matching ones on their arms.
Playboy returning to the nudes.
Yeah,
They
took
departed from that.
they took nudes out because they were like, we aren't going to do that anymore. Then,
Yeah.
as one could like foresee, Playboy's sales were less than
Less than adequate.
Thought
less
they were
than
bad
what they've
before.
ever been. And then
Yeah.
they're like, actually, we're gonna bring back the naked ladies.
My boy Hugh.
I think the expectation was that, like, more places would sell it now, right? Because there's
Yeah.
not naked women. But
Yeah.
then when they didn't, they're like,
It
well.
wasn't special anymore.
Yeah,
It
now it's
wasn't
just a
like-
magazine.
It was just another magazine, like, oh, you know.
It's
You-
no longer a
about this
magazine with naked women. It was just a magazine.
Well, yeah, it's like that's a weird industry, the magazine kind of like.
Is
Yeah.
it?
'Cause-
Why is it not dead?
Yeah, I
yet?
thought it was
No,
dead.
'cause
Yeah, I'm surprised even
because-
still,
Oh,
so
getting
at
printed.
7-Eleven at my mom's store, she's required to sell smut magazines,
Really?
like by law.
In Las Vegas.
But 7-Eleven is like, you will sell these magazines.
Really?
Yeah, so that's probably why.
Do you have to like? Hey, give me some of the good stuff. Yeah. Do you have to like ask for it, or is it just like?
No,
displayed?
it's there by the marble. It's like
Really.
it's there by the smoke.
And then in like in a Utah, they have to like cover up with those like
yeah.
The guy.
black.
In my
things.
mom's store, it's like, the magazine racks is like a section. It's
Re-
smutty
Really?
magazines.
That's funny.
I remember when I was like 8, I was like, oh my god. Like that, I'm like,
Vegas.
Mom, that lady's boobies are out.
And incredibly fake, by the way. I mean, come on.
And like
That's just
I was like red
mommy.
faced. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Is that what turned you gay?
Oh my god.
Probably.
Yes.
That.
Short
Ruined
answer,
women
yes.
forever for you.
Carl
I
Sagan
had like secondhand
was the other-
That was.
embarrassment.
I knew it was an S.
Dang. Secondhand embarrassment.
I was like, her boobs are out. Does she know?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Okay.
they call
Well.
him.
Okay. That was technical difficulties.
difficulties.
Okay. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Well, I was talking about how Neil deGrasse Tyson was
Neil deGrasse Tyson
sexy
was a
in college.
huge
He
hunk
was a
of man.
huge hunk.
Was he?
Dude, he has,
Look
like,
at
he has
this-
like that thing where it's like cut
Look
ears
at
with
this
special
picture,
hair.
man.
Damn.
Right?
Yeah, he
Right?
he was beefy.
You need to edit
We'll
that
link a-
photo.
link-
into
we'll
the
link it.
podcast.
a big
Would
guy.
you like to? Because I
Yes.
do not want to.
We want
Just
to
link
Edit
it.
that photo in there. No.
No,
Just
like,
link
for
it.
the
It's in
video.
the link right now. I
Link
guarantee
dump.
it.
It's in the link dump. It's in the description.
And
Yeah.
if it
There you
isn't,
go.
feel offended that
And
Carson
if-
wasn't willing to
comment your feelings on young Neil deGrasse Tyson. Hot
Have you-
or not?
Hot or not? Have you seen Young
Smasher.
Stalin?
Yes.
I have.
He's
No,
a
young-
good-looking
he was a
guy.
good-looking
Star-
guy.
I saw this edit. It's like young Stalin in like hipster glasses. I was like, get out.
Young Neil
I'm
deGrasse
very
Tyson
confused.
is handsome. Young Stalin is like pretty.
Yeah.
That's the. You know what I'm saying?
I heard Abraham Lincoln used to be a babe too.
Well, there's no like real photographs of him, so
Yeah.
when he was young, so
I mean, let's just imagine he was.
we can imagine he was.
He was actually just Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
Oh
I can.
man, Jason Momoa.
we had-
let me
That
tell
is
you
a whole
about
lot of
that.
man.
We had a guy in Spencer's that
Young
from
Stalin.
behind looked exactly like Jason Momoa, and I kind of wanted to cry. And then I walked around and like, oh no,
Oh please no.
Was
I'm
it
let down.
was it a big letdown? Like
It was
really?
a huge letdown,
Oh,
like baby faced to the
Huge.
max.
Ooh,
Huge.
Oh boy.
Huge. China,
Bigly. Okay.
Mexico,
Was it bigly?
China,
Mike
losing it
China.
bigly. Mike Pence. Okay.
Okay.
I
Okay.
love doing that impression. It's so much. It never
Isaiah
gets
told
less
me
fun.
when the election was happening that
Mhm.
he would care if Donald Trump got elected, but he was kind of happy if he did because he could always do
Purely because.
a Donald Trump impression.
At any time, middle of a class, like if some teacher asks me a question, like, what's the difference between this and this? I can be like, well, in actuality, The difference is because he's the president, right? I have the authority to do. They're like, what are you doing? I'm being Donald Trump. Do that. Well, he's our president. Do what I want.
I mean, you got your Joe Swanson impression.
I do.
You too. Yeah,
You ready for this? You ready?
You were good, Joe.
Hey, Peter. Hey, hey, Quagmire, grab us some more beers.
That's all I can
Pretty
do.
good.
That's all
It's
I can do.
pretty good.
Hey, Peter.
For your information, Joe Swanson is a character in the long-running series Family Guy, created and written by
Okay,
Seth
you don't have to
MacFarlane.
give them credit. It's not like we're advertising them and they're sponsoring.
I mean,
Sponsor.
Sponsor.
Sorry, our source.
Seth MacFarlane produced
The opening
Cosmos.
will be the description.
All ties together.
Isaiah's just the works cited page.
Yeah, that's
I
me.
never can do a works cited page because I always like forget or like I got
No,
stuff.
that's probably not great, man.
You can't. do
That's
that
something
in
you're
college.
gonna have
No.
to rectify
Yeah,
pretty
Actually, you have to
soon.
go be like, just remember, like, why not just leave? Like,
Because I can't leave tabs open. It makes me look sloppy and gross.
Right.
then
Whenever I
bookmark
write,
That's
it
what I
down. Put like a.
But then I
another
won't
file.
need it once
Have
I'm
you
finished.
Have you
No,
seen
no,
like a legit
bookmark it
research
just so you
paper
know.
where they like say like half a sentence, then size sorted, and then half another sentence like we got this from this, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then
that's
you're
true.
like not even writing anything.
I have
I
to.
know.
Oh, guess what I'm doing
That's
my
true.
research paper on
What?
for my English class?
Tell us.
The
Carson.
benefits and why you should get a gaming PC
dude.
Oh, really?
Oh.
as opposed to console gaming.
Oh my
Well-
god, whatever.
Ugh.
It's gonna be
Yay.
great.
I have always admitted that PC gaming is far better than console. It's just I don't
In
have the money
some-
for it.
in many respects.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna list why consoles are better in some ways. I'm not gonna be like, oh, PC Master Race. Ah!" I'm not gonna do that.
4K.
Yeah.
Speaking of games, For Honor just came out.
It did.
How's that going,
Yeah,
Alex?
how
you
is
purchased
that?
that
It's
game.
a fun
I
game.
want it
It's,
so bad.
it's difficult for sure.
Yeah.
Like so, you know, you played Dark Souls, right?
Mhm.
I think most of you played
I
Dark
have.
Souls.
God, yeah.
So it's very similar to that in the fact that it's a very difficult combat when you're fighting people. It's like, oh, I got to sit back here and watch them for like
Watch
5
them.
minutes. Like, hey, are you gonna go? Nope. Am I gonna go? No. I'm
Overly
not.
defensive.
Very defensive, and then because you're always just waiting for the first guy to make the move so you can react to that. And then it's got a little bit more depth to it just because it seems really simple, just the up, left, and right blocking or attacking. But it gets really intense, like you're in the middle of like a fight, and
How
it's
do
just
you-
like,
How do you know if they're which way they're attacking?
There's
Okay.
a little.
You don't know
indicator.
until they attack, and then there's a red indicator on the
Oh, and
image.
then you gotta be like, "Wah!"
But
Go
it's
left.
faster to react to other animations, so if you know the game better.
Mhm. And it's and then also there's a lot of kind of like a few problems with it in like some of the modes. Like they have like a 4v4 mode that really isn't how the game is built
It's like
because people this is what
4v1.
people do in that it's like, oh no, I have to fight somebody that can beat me. I'm gonna run away.
Yeah.
Their entire team, everybody group up and just attack one person at once. And
Well, that doesn't sound very honorable.
it isn't. Right? I saw a post. I saw a pretty good post about that. He was like, "We're not fighting with honor, fighting for honor."
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
true.
And it was pretty good, but it's a lot of fun, like the 1v1 modes, just fighting people, because it's really cool when you're just like, you spend like a couple minutes just like watching each other, not doing anything. You're just
Yeah.
like, oh, I step forward, and they're like, oh, I step back.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll step back.
Can't you parry and stuff too?
You can
Yeah.
parry. It's pretty difficult.
There's like this really big overarching rock paper scissors deal with it, where like you can guess what they're gonna do, and then you do it, but they can guess what you're gonna do off of what they were gonna do, and it's just like it's kind of like Smash Bros, where you can read
Yeah.
what they're gonna do.
Ugh.
And changing up what you're gonna do, like sometimes you'll kind of just get going with one thing that you kind of keep trying for, and they get an idea like, okay, he's gonna go for an overhand and then like guard break, and then it's like, okay, I'm gonna counter that, and then you're like, nope, I actually wasn't going for that. I'm just going for this wipe off to the side and run away.
Fooled you.
Yeah, and like I didn't know this during the beta, but there's animation canceling too.
Mhm.
Like you can go into an overhead, like which is the slowest attack, overhead heavy, and then right before you get to here, you can press circle and it cancels, and then you can go for a guard break.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
that's cool.
that's
And
That's like
the class I play, Orochi has like a dash back and you do this, and then you dash forward and you slice, and you can cancel that right before you slice and go for a guard break,
Oh, that's cool.
or you can cancel it and then do an overhead. And so it's just like there's like this really steep skill.
In
The problem is though, right now, guard breaking is kind of very difficult to block,
Yeah.
which makes it so
How do
pretty
you
much
block it?
you have to pretty much press guard break the moment they press it.
You have to guard break after they guard break you.
Yeah.
For you to block it. So timing is really important.
But the problem is because like the like connections like that,
Mm-hmm.
it makes it pretty difficult.
Is
I
the
think.
connection better or worse than the beta?
It's better. There's still been some problems. I've been kicked from some really good games. Like one game, I was like doing really good. It's like I killed. It was in the both teams were breaking, which is when no one can respawn. My team was all dead. They still had 3 more people. I just killed one, just killed another one. The other guy was coming down there. I'm like sitting there waiting for him, then disconnect. And I'm just like,
Bummer.
well, that was a fun 10, 20 minutes of worthless time.
See, that's interesting because I hear there's a lot of connection problems, and I didn't have any problems during the beta.
Yeah.
Like, none whatsoever.
Yeah, when I played the beta, the only problems
Wait,
I
when
had
was the beta?
forever ago.
Well,
no,
it was like the 12th.
Like,
It was the
3
2
days
days-
ago.
And it was like really low key. Like they didn't announce it very well, and like how you had to get through the PlayStation Store was like I had to go and find For Honor.
Yeah,
and
you had
then
to
go through
search
the
it.
add-ons and then like the extras, and then it was like For Honor beta.
Yeah, it wasn't like
oh.
a front page featured thing where it's like, hey, we're the beta. It's like you had to go this back alley drug deal.
Which was
to
surprising because I
find-
mean it's Ubisoft. Like
Yeah, it was pretty
Ubisoft.
big.
They're big.
And they got a huge turnout for their beta too, like way bigger than they thought.
Which-
That's why the servers were overloaded.
Because it's Knights versus Samurai versus Vikings, right? Who's winning?
So the system is like there's like a big grand map where there's like little territories, and then you put after every fight you gain some like assets. You can defend a territory or attack a territory.
And you pick if you want to fight for the Knights or the Vikings
and then
or the Samurai.
whoever has the most points in an area wins that area, and then you're constantly putting it back and forth, and then it's also split up into rounds. Like so every couple of hours or something like that, it updates, and like whoever won those things wins them. But the problem is that I think I've noticed is there's different people playing at different times for different factions. So at one point you have all the knights playing, they just conquer like so much land, and then it's like and then you go to bed, then you wake up the next morning, it's like the Vikings have everything. Then later in the day it's like the
So
Samurai
who's
now.
winning?
It's just back and forth constantly right now.
So there's
Vi-
no party.
Vikings are kind of winning right now, but it's not
Really?
very close.
Who did you guys pick?
Samurai.
I did Samurai
Knights.
because he did Samurai.
I would have done Knights.
That's right.
I just joined with Sean because Sean already joined.
Yeah, well, yes.
I picked Knights because Knights would win IRL.
Okay, well, that's maybe debatable, but anyway.
We had that debate.
We already had.
We already had
debate.
that debate.
I mean, granted,
Well-
the Knights did suck in the Crusades, so they got whooped continually.
It has more to do with time period because the Knights definitely had better technology.
I'm
at
saying,
certain-
But like the Black Plague,
with
so
what
like-
they are at represented in the game,
yeah,
the Knights would definitely win.
yeah.
They have
well,
the most superior weapons.
they have like modern armor.
Yeah,
That's why
that's what I'm saying.
it's kind of.
Is they would win. That's,
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
The
in the time where they all overlapped in like the way did you watch the game theory on
Yeah.
it? Like that makes sense, but it's kind of unfair because the samurai were obviously the most advanced at that point in time.
Mhm.
But
I think it's funny how when you play the Vikings and you customize their outfit and their armor and stuff, like, it's just like changing the strap that goes along his chest. It's like,
Yeah, no.
okay.
Which I know that I
Cool.
saw some people getting really annoyed, like, oh my god, like the Vikings, they didn't really just wear like that. They actually had armor that
They
wore.
did.
And they were
It's
getting
true.
annoyed at that, and I was like, it's a game, guys.
And they didn't
Like, this
have
is
horned
the-
helmets.
The Vikings were very
No, they did not.
They did not have horn
They were
helmets.
the Vikings for a
That is a
reason.
myth.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
and they
people are
actually
getting worried about like
sadly
the historical
weren't
realism. And it's
very-
like, it's based on stuff in the past, yes, but it's a game meant for entertainment. You got to
It is.
understand that you
they're
can't.
kind of using like the myths of the warriors.
Yeah,
more.
the things that everybody knows.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
That's
they're
what
trying to sell.
anyone- that's
games.
what
Yeah,
anyone
because,
does.
like,
They're not
most-
trying to teach you about the history, like, oh,
Yeah, no one wants to.
True.
Leif Erikson did.
Yeah, no one wants
Leif
to.
Erikson Day.
No one wants to fight with like a 5'2" Viking.
Yeah.
'Cause that's how tall they were because
Yeah.
of like deficiency.
a,
like
a
dwarf.
berserker, like, haha, is like little.
Lord of the Rings. Like
While we're
little dwarf
talking
kind
Yeah.
about like history and stuff, what's your guys' favorite like time period? Like in like culture.
Gilded Age America.
Yes, the Gilded Age.
I mean, gosh, right now it's pretty awesome. The amount of amenities we
I
have.
know, but just
not worrying
like-
about food.
Yeah,
I
that's
really
true.
like to learn about America in the 1950s.
Same.
Like the rise of the teenager
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
That was my
I think
favorite
that's
thing
really
to learn
fun.
about.
I think that's way fun.
But
My
like
people were
worldly, like
suppressed.
like past America, like
Still, for him, it's America. Like,
Past America, not kind of.
Ancient Greece is my.
I was about to say that actually.
else said.
Why do you like Greece?
I just love reading the stories of like all the gods and goddesses, and like in Isem's class there was that one assignment for like the Odyssey where you made a game board, and Erica and I we loaded Isem's room with spiders because we went outside and got spiders for game pieces.
You got
Okay.
actual spiders?
Yes.
What?
Isem hated
You're
me for that
freaks,
reason.
man.
Rachel, you're a freak.
There's a reason he wrote "Stay away from Erica" in my yearbook.
You're actually insane.
So our perfectly fair teacher had this fun game, and we wrought spiders. Whoa, okay, that's an odd thought process.
So you
that
just
must
like
be gone into
poked a
that.
dead spider on a board.
No, it was alive.
live.
How did
A bunch of live
that's cheating?
fighters
It can
in the
move.
room.
Yeah, cheater.
That's a moving game piece.
Yeah, it works for GameCube. I'm
So
reporting.
was
you.
everybody's Greece though? Everybody's favorite like time.
Oh,
we
I don't
should,
know.
I'm
France
personally more
in
like-
the 1500s.
Of course, you like France.
Sean,
Good.
why don't you bend over?
I like Renaissance
and
era
open your
Italy.
pass for me.
I like
I
that.
really like China, like the Mongols.
China's
and
fun,
the
too.
Mongols and all the
Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan, the real.
We
guy.
were talking about
The
how many
real-
descendants he had,
He
and we
has-
ran the math on how many women
He is raped.
Genghis Khan had to
Have
have
slept
sex with like every day to have the amount
Yeah.
of.
It's like a
and
couple
it's-
dozen, right?
And it was like every day. What was it? He had to.
And that's if they conceived every time.
Yeah.
It's like rabbits.
Yeah. So
Jeez.
I think it was. Wasn't it like 2 women a day for every day of his life
Yeah.
from like the point where he was 14 onward?
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Damn.
I read this story about Genghis Khan where like he was in a battle and he got shot like through the throat
Yeah.
and he was fine and like he found the guy that like did it
That shot him.
that shot him and
But with an arrow, not a gun. Those weren't things with Genghis Khan.
but he
with
found
a
the
bow
guy
and
who
arrow.
shot him and the guy instead of like cowering and like begging for mercy he was like yeah I did it
Yeah, I
like,
shot you, dude.
I did it whatever
Like in the
And-
middle of the battle, just like, hey, sorry.
no it was
bud.
it was after it
Right
all.
after he wiped everyone out,
and
yeah.
and Genghis Khan was like respect and he like promoted him to a general.
Wait, someone shot him, dude. He was he was that guy.
Fuck.
He was conqueror
Yeah,
prime.
I love all
He
those
wrecked
stories
everyone.
about like the ancient times, like the really cool people, like the really cool epic things in ancient times. Like I know I read about this guy in like China or something like that, but, like got his eye shot out during a battle with an arrow, pulled the arrow out with the eye on it, and ate his eye just for like just for like some mind games. There, he was just
Mind games
Oh,
in
that's crazy.
warfare. Mind games are funny. Have you heard about the guy who was gonna defend his like castle or whatever from like huge army, and he only had like 100 men, and so instead of like just fighting with those 100 men, he said open the gates, and he went up on top.
Yeah, and
of
there's
it,
the one guy.
and he went up on top and started dancing and playing a flute, and the gates were wide open. And so when the army marched in, they were like, "Oh crap, that's a trap," and so
Yeah.
they left.
Yeah.
That's funny.
yeah. War has some like,
Psychology,
crazy
man.
things
Art
like
of
that
War.
happen.
The
Yeah.
Trojan
Who wrote
Horse.
the Art of War?
Sun Tzu.
Sun Tzu.
Yeah, Sun Tzu.
Chinese man.
He did write the Art of War.
Chinese was like really warlike.
Speaking of leaders who got shot, Theodore Roosevelt got shot during a speech.
Yeah.
And then
And then he kept
kept
doing
on-
it.
He
Yeah.
kept giving it.
Like,
That's
imagine-
such a beast, man.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
imagine being
It
that
takes
guy.
more to take down a bull moose. Or something like
Yeah.
that.
One shot.
Imagine
Bull moose
being
party.
that guy. You shoot the president, right? And like, yes. And then he's like, meh.
Think
and then
about that though.
you're just like, are you done?
Some ass pulled out a gun, shot the president, hit him. He was like, ah, oh,
Yeah.
bull moose, and then he kept giving the speech.
Yeah, wasn't he like,
That's
ladies
such
and
a-
gentlemen, I have been shot.
And then
Yeah,
just
he
keeps-
literally said
Yeah.
I thought you said it takes more than that to take.
He
down a
said
bull
that
Why
after
said
he
that?
was walking back.
that. I would have shot him again. Like, what happened to
Yeah,
him?
I'm pretty sure it was like backstage, like when he got shot, and he just like came back and was like, "I've been
Ronald
shot."
Reagan got
Uh,
shot, didn't he? But
Yeah.
was
No,
wearing
he-
armor.
Almost
Body
got
armor?
shot.
Oh, he almost got shot.
And then, because, like, he shot it, and then he was like, wait, what was that? And then he fired another shot and missed again. He's
I'm
like,
gonna look
oh,
up the list
whatever.
of presidents that have been shot because quite a few of them have been shot. Not all of
Abraham
them
Lincoln,
assassinated.
God rest
There
his
was-
soul.
That
Yeah.
one-
I
He
thought you were
really
gonna
got
say he
shot.
arrested, and I was like, "What? He did not get arrested. He was murdered."
He was put to
There was
death.
that one dude that I think he was a governor. I don't know for sure. I can't remember his name.
Arnold.
No, he held a press conference and killed himself in front of
Oh,
everyone on live
yeah.
TV.
yes,
Because he was falsely.
Boyd.
He was getting like
Yeah.
framed.
his name was Boyd. Yeah, something Boyd, I think.
Yes,
He was-
something. Boy.
He was like
It's my
framed for
nephew's
something,
name.
and so to keep to give his family like the benefits of still being a congressman or whatever, he died in office.
By
Wow.
putting a
By-
bullet through his head.
Yeah, and he held a press conference,
So
and
that
he
they
was like,
couldn't say that it was something else. Or...
yeah, so they couldn't say that he died of natural causes or anything like that. He was just like, yeah, by the way, he
Let's
pulled out a
not go.
gun out of an envelope and stuck it in his mouth. And he's like, anybody who has a queasy stomach, please go.
Christ.
And then he
That's so
opened the
sad.
envelope, pulled out the gun, and he's like, please back up, and put it in his mouth, and then shot himself.
Oh my god.
And it came out later that he didn't do any of the stuff.
Nope,
that
he
was
got
being
framed.
accused of.
Yep.
That's some Sudoku shit.
Yeah, he was being
Yeah.
completely framed.
Seppuku.
I remember seeing that on like one of those fun internet top 10 lists.
I
think
hate
That's
that-
not very fun.
I think that one was this one wasn't
That was
fun.
a
It
lot
was
of
like
fun.
10 of the most effed up
fun
things
public
that
figures
ever
that have
happened.
killed themselves
For kids.
for kids.
Who was the?
It's like a pop-up book. It's like you like pull it and then like
Governor Boyd.
no, I
Like you
think
pull the little string. It's like
Yeah.
Governor Bush was blackmailed into killing himself on live television.
see. I think
Pull
Ronald
the
Reagan.
tab.
There's like little lights.
I think Ronald Reagan was shot. He didn't die, and the guy that shot him said he did it for. I may be
yeah, for
confusing.
like the girl. Like,
Yeah, he did it for
I know
the
the
actress.
family-
for-
Oh yeah, he's like a
Family Guy or
wild
American,
person.
I think American Dad had an episode on that.
It was
Probably.
for what's her name? It's the lesbian actress who was in.
There's a couple of those.
Yeah,
No.
yes, that's true. Not Ellen. Not
Not
Ellen.
Ellen. Ellen
What about
DeGeneres.
Portia?
Not Ellen or
Oh,
Portia.
duh.
What other lesbians are there?
Jodie Foster. That's who it
Yeah.
was.
Jodie Foster.
Yeah, he shot Reagan supposedly for Jodie
Sarah
Foster,
Paulson's a lesbian.
and that guy got let out of prison like a couple months ago. It was
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Sarah Paulson? I know she's a lesbian.
I feel like you can't
No.
get out of
It was definitely
prison
Jodie
for
Foster.
shooting the president.
Yeah, that's the common feeling. But he was. I mean, he said he shot the president for Jodie Foster.
Like,
There's some mental
There's some mental
issues
stuff.
there. You know, I don't think he was all. I don't think he was completely. What is this you're doing? Two of the cast members are playing footsie right now, right in front of me.
No,
John
there's
Thomas,
like
please.
This, there's,
he was
Stop
filling this
flirting.
goddamn
stop
table.
it. It's
It's
fun
the
to
table.
play
It's
with.
an old dumb table.
Leave it alone.
Hey, why don't you not worry about it?
Thomas,
Chill out,
consent
Raven.
is verbal, man. Come on.
And
What?
The
enthusiastic.
and they took out
I
the
agree.
enthusiastic.
Did they?
Yeah, I showed Alex.
Did they? Oh,
This enthusiastic wasn't on the sign anymore when I last looked at it. They updated it. They substituted something else in.
Ooh.
Okay,
Hold the
to
hands
give
down.
everybody context, up at our university, they was talking about what consent is, and they had like six. They had six.
It's like sober.
Yeah, sober,
Verbal.
stuff like that, and then one of them was enthusiastic,
And that's
which I thought
such-
was
Yeah, we were all like,
Which means
Never
half of the
enthusiastic.
sex married people have is rape. So, like, you don't have to love it. You just have to both be like, you want to try? Yeah, we can go for it.
The
Like,
kids
come
are in
on.
bed.
Enthusiastic. I mean, I'm not enthusiastic about my own life some days, let alone sex. Come on. Unrealistic.
yeah.
unrealistic
Stop!
expectations.
No, I like playing with it.
Would you stop touching the table?
I'm being harassed!
You're harassing the table. Just
It has
Trigger.
for
This
it.
is how you
It's
do it.
enthusiastic.
oh my god.
Quick check, is anyone manspreading?
No.
I am not
Good.
manspreading.
That's a crime against
No, I am.
humanity.
Alex,
Now
I am.
Alex is now manspreading.
I'm having a good time with the table.
I didn't
like
realize that
negative
like
spreading.
people actually thought that was a thing. Like people actually, I didn't know.
You mean that? Well, it is a thing.
I was
sadly.
talking to Paige and Jess at work,
Yeah.
and
Shout out, they might be listening.
shout out, they're probably not. Oh well.
Oh,
I was talking to them, and they were saying at like church or whatever one day, they were their boyfriends were like both manspreading, and they were like, "Oh, it was so annoying." I'm like, "Wait,
what?
really?"
Rachel, is that like...
You're honestly annoyed?
Because, like, we're like the men here, right? Like,
I
who,
mean,
who gets
Don't count yourself in there.
He still has a penis, okay? He's a man. Continue with your
Is
question.
manspreading?
Is it like...
It
Is
is
it an
so
epidemic? Is it an epidemic?
It's so a thing at dance competitions all the time because, like, you know, we're tired, we don't give a hell. But, like, men are just, like, pushing people out of the way. Like,
Really?
I've never seen that
Really?
before.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have never pushed anyone with my legs ever.
Nope.
I feel
Yeah,
like
fine.
I feel like
Except
the
for
issue
me.
is a lot of women see guys like inconveniently spreading their legs, and they're just too chicken shit to ask the guy like, "Excuse me, sir, can you move?" And then they will 99 out of 100 times be like, "Oh yeah, sorry."
I mean,
Sorry.
Like, has every woman just had the one guy out of 100 that's like...
That's the complete
Fuck
douchebag.
You can't sit with your knees.
We have goods here. We need to make
I am
room.
uncomfortable
I have
right
goods
now.
there too.
You don't. You don't have
You-
dangling goods. Okay.
Your goods
secure.
are. Your goods are. Ours are.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Wow, the sound effects.
The sound
Okay,
effects
sweet.
make
No,
it great.
But it's not like a normal amount of man spreading with your legs, like how you guys have it right
Like-
now, where there's a little bit of space.
Is this-
It was like like full on like almost splits.
I know, but is it an epidemic? Like, do a lot of people do
No,
that?
but
Yes.
it's not a thing.
Really?
Guys
Yes.
don't do guys do this. Weirdos do what you're describing.
Yeah,
That's the
weirdos.
difference.
Assholes do it.
Alex,
Yeah.
listen, I swear to God, I'm being like thrown against the wall against Alex's leg right now because he's trying to man spread on me, and I'm had
No.
enough.
That sounds disgusting.
Negative
It's disgusting.
I don't know what you're talking about.
spread it on me.
I didn't like it.
Judge, he man spread it all over me.
Help! I'm
Like,
being
but see,
oppressed.
that's the thing. Like, will it become so bad that it will be actually like a thing people will get like charged for, like harassment?
I mean,
No, it
God,
won't
I
be
but
that.
will it?
no.
Because
I
like
mean,
apparently it's like
It
a
won't.
problem, right?
I mean, it's not a problem, but it's like.
But
something
it
that
is
happens.
like Rachel says, it is a problem. Like a
Well,
lot
Rachel,
of people do
with
it.
all due respect, is wrong. It's not a problem.
It's a problem.
Starving
but-
children is a problem.
It's a problem, but like everyone in this day and age is such a delicate little flower that everyone gets offended about
Everybody
everything. I don't
get- yeah.
think it'll be like sexual harassment.
an
Yeah,
charges
but
or
like, where
anything.
will the line be drawn?
It's an age
Like-
of being offended by everything.
At some point, you gotta
You know.
accept that you're gonna run into people and accidentally touch them, like in the school hallway.
Accidentally.
God.
No.
I mean, maybe that might get cut, but
Pending removal.
pending removal.
just do the
Pending
little blur
removal.
thing, you know, the
Okay.
But you still have to put a little bit of like the K at the end, so it's like bloop.
Yeah. Okay.
You know.
Anyway,
It's
let's
like a
move on.
nothing happened.
I was thinking of something. You threw me off track. There. You got me.
The wild
You
card.
got me. You really did. I was thinking of something.
You shut everyone up for a second.
Oh.
Kind of.
Yeah, Carson. What did you think of that Mardi Gras thing
I thought it was fun.
that we went to?
I thought it was fun. I mean, I actually
Oh.
compared to the Howl, I like the Howl a little bit better just because
company.
it was like bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't have
You
to touch a snake.
Better company. That's
I also
what it
didn't have to touch a snake, but it was just because like
Oh my god, that snake
it
was
was
so cute.
like
It was, right?
the dance was just like gigantic, you know.
It was huge.
But Mardi Gras, it was still really fun.
okay, I
was
feel
it
like
masquerade?
No, people were.
I
Just
feel like
going on.
oh, oops.
Also, the Howl, everybody was dressed up, and I thought that was really
I
fun.
feel like this. I promise this is related. I feel like black women just find me.
I
You know
I
what I mean?
know. I know
You know what
exactly
I'm-
who you're talking
You
about.
know what I'm
right at
talking
the
about?
end. Right
Okay.
at the end, she kept
Yeah.
following you around.
So, you know, I don't mean to sound like a douchebag, but there aren't a lot of black women here, right?
Really.
There are
So,
no black
I mean,
men here.
There aren't
This
a lot
is-
of black anybody here, right? So we kind of, when one of us finds another one, it's like, you're a unicorn, you know? Like, so I feel like, based on looks I've gotten in passive analysis, women of color are into this, okay? But that's just a
Into all this.
into all that I have to offer. Okay, so I was at the dance and I found there was a randomly
right
ran
at the
into
end. You're,
one of the.
I'm thinking of the
Yeah.
one, right? Right at the
Yeah,
end.
well, there was only one. There was only one colored person in that room of 500. I have no idea
There's
how we
more
could
than
have
500
possibly. Room of. Yes. Okay.
Okay,
more than
anyway, go
500.
on.
Anyway, God, Carson, getting all technical.
Sorry.
You're throwing off my story. Jeez. But somehow I run into
Maybe
the
there was like
only
maybe there was
other
like 700.
ethnic person probably in there. I have no idea how. And I don't even think she was looking behind her. She just backed up into me. It's like it was meant to be. I have no idea. She wasn't doing it to anyone
A
else.
modern
She was just
Cinderella.
looking straight. A modern, such class.
She was
Such
pulling
class.
a horny white guy at the Howl. Me and my best friend, we were there. I was Flash, she was Wonder Woman, and this dude that's dressed up like serial killer butcher just starts grinding
Buffalo
on
Bill?
us.
I
No, like
God,
butcher.
that's so hot.
And it's like, okay, you're a horny white dude. Go
Every
away.
woman's dream.
I
am right?
have I think grinding is like not
Gross.
fun. Like in high school,
I would
like
feel very uncomfortable.
in high school at like the big parties that always got like thrown at the end of the year, you're like, all right, this is what's happening anyway. Like, hey girl, what's up? And then
Oh,
they're-
God.
The
And then-
douchey sway back
Yeah.
and forth. Hey.
and then they're like, oh okay, whatever. And then they like, and you're like, oh whatever, I'll just move
I'll
on.
find another hoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of that
Those
ever
wasn't that wasn't fun.
All
like
those ever was like
I
some
never
guy that was for some reason
partook
like
in that.
7 feet tall, really big, like 400 pounds, just like
yeah.
Jared.
really sweaty, got his like hair matted down, just like
There's always
hey.
one. There's always one. So like I was just like, you know what, that's just dumb. I'm just gonna dance. And like ever since I like made that decision where it's just like grinding stupid and it's not even fun.
See, I feel like if you're gonna go to one of those things at the
Dances
same
are
time,
so much fun.
you have to get into the crowd at least one point where you're not experiencing it. If
You always have to be in the middle of the circle.
You have to
No.
you have to get I think
Like-
there's a balance. You can't be right at the front and you can't be a little bit to the back. You have to be kind of in
the
What do you
middling
mean?
zone.
You have to be
So-
right in the front. That's where
Because
the
if you're one of those,
fun
if you're
happens.
dividing it into thirds, you want to be right in between the first and second third.
yeah,
Right.
well, if you're right on the fringes, you're like an introvert weirdo that doesn't really want to be there
Or
anyway.
a really
You're
hot
like,
girl that
I'm
doesn't want
gonna-
to get grinded on.
yeah,
The
or a really
butcher.
hot girl that doesn't want to have like some freaking neck beard come up behind him, right?
The neck
Yeah.
beard is
So-
the worst.
And then you go in a little bit. That's where it starts to get better. But you got to be in a little bit.
You
Those
have-
people on
yeah.
the fringes. I'm like, what are you even doing here?
Yeah.
I think
They're
it,
like shambling in the dark, like the Batman, like, oh.
I think it was fine when people back out just to like not be like as hot anymore. Like, oh man, I'm like it's really hot in there.
Yeah.
And go
We
out
don't
in the
have to
corner.
be there the whole time.
Yeah, like there's the difference between like going out to the fringes to be like, okay, I'm gonna chill out here for a little while, and then
Well,
there's
yeah,
the
that's
people
fine.
that are
Like, I
like,
go outside.
But there's,
and
I'm
dance all
talking
the
about the
time, then I go back
people
in.
where that is their place.
Yeah.
Is the fringe. What are you doing? Just go home, watch Netflix.
Yeah, they don't want to be
Like,
there.
what do you? Yeah, you don't want to be there, and just go home.
Like
it's
I mean,
fine.
there's gonna be people on the outside, but if you want to be there, you're gonna be kind of like pushing.
You're
in,
gonna
kind
be in there a little
They're
bit.
kind of like those people
Exactly.
that look like child molesters and child at the same time.
Wait,
Well,
what?
what? Yeah, can you repeat that?
I like
I sent
didn't
that
even
picture
hear
in the
you.
chat, and this dude, I mean, yeah.
Oh,
he
yes.
maybe had like he had baby face.
Oh yeah,
You
that
look-
guy.
But
Yeah.
he looked like a child molester with
But-
baby face.
And
Was
a
also
bit-
a child.
but
Yeah.
also looked like a child, kind of like Kim Jong Un.
Yeah.
That look. His haircut, man. He needs to get that sorted.
I think
Didn't
we're talking about
didn't
Jim,
Jim, Jim Con-un, didn't his like
His brother got some
Yeah.
stuff thrown in his face.
no his brother got killed, didn't he?
Well,
Wait, oh my
he
God,
got
really?
stuff thrown in his face, and like it was like acid or something, and it killed him.
Cool.
Christ.
Yeah, that's crazy.
His half brother, Kim Jong Un's half brother, got murdered. I know
Forget
nothing about it.
guns.
Yeah.
Presidents.
And
just
I don't
throw
know-
acid at your leader.
And I don't know how big of a
Pocket
douche he
acid.
was, so I don't really know how to feel about that. I'm
Well,
like, did he
obviously-
deserve it, or was
obviously-
he like an alright guy? I don't know.
Well, you might
North
not.
Korea didn't like him.
Well, you know, Obama's
Yeah.
brothers are Republican,
Obama has a brother?
Obama
yeah.
has a half
I've
brother.
never seen him.
and he's a Republican.
He's really black.
Is
He's
he?
a lot blacker than
He's
Obama.
all the way black.
He's practically purple. He's
Like,
pretty black.
Can't see him in the dark room till they smile.
Can't see him in a light room. He's invisible. Obama brother. I'll look it up. Yeah, he does. And he's like kind of nutty.
Does he call him?
Yeah,
Bro-
his Twitter's like full of like
Bro Obama?
memes, like political memes.
Really?
Yeah,
I-
like Pepe the Frog.
The whole thing.
Scrap the whole thing. End the podcast now.
What was I gonna say?
Well, hurry, because
Talking about our
Hurry.
serial
I'm thinking.
killer
Hurry.
buddy.
Hurry.
Keep conversing.
What do you mean hurry?
Talk.
I want to end the podcast.
Oh,
Well,
So hurry and think.
okay.
What is it?
you know what? You talking to my goddamn ear isn't helping, buddy. Give me a second.
Hey, make sure you hurry up.
Make sure you go a little bit. I was talking about the black girl that backed up into me like a semi
Malik
truck.
Obama.
And then there was Obama's brother. There was.
Any other
We were
black
talking about our
Kim Jong-un
things you want to
serial
talk about?
killer.
I'll cut my losses.
That's the end of it, guys. So thanks. That was
Thank
really
you
fun.
for watching.
Yeah, I think six.
Well,
I think 6
you don't-
people works. Right?
Yeah, there's more to go around, I think.
Yeah, I think 6 people's good.
Let's try 20 next time.
All right, let's just go for
Let's
21.
just get everyone in.
21.
21.
Anyway,
I know. We'll
Dead memes.
fluctuate.
thanks
Like,
for watching, guys. See you in
Listen.
2
Wait,
weeks.
who might
It's
be
listening.
who might be watching?
I don't know.
It's
Listening.
not watching.
I
It's
don't know.
listening.
Shane's watching.
What are the names of your coworkers?
Paige and Jess and Kat, and Quinn and Emily.
Hi, Paige and Jess and Kat.
Quinn and Emily.
How you doing?
Anyway,
Okay.
shout out
Also,
to anybody that's
Our
watching.
man in Argentina.
Oh, Tommy,
I'll be like-
Tommy! Oh my gosh, I love you, Tommy. Shout out to
Can
you.
he even watch this?
Yeah, he watched it last week. I love you, Tommy. Shout out to you. Keep doing your work. Love you, buddy.
Remember,
Can't wait
jet
to see you,
fuel
man.
can't melt steel beams. It is.
Bye.
See ya.